The world watches with bated breath. Global tensions are rising. The threat of conflict hangs heavy in the air. We find ourselves in a dangerous new age. A powerful weapon casts a shadow over civilization. The EMP. An EMP, or electromagnetic pulse, has the power to cripple our modern world. It can be unleashed by a nuclear detonation high above the earth. This is not science fiction. It is a chilling reality. An EMP is a silent and invisible threat. It is capable of disrupting the electrical grids that power our lives. Imagine a world plunged into darkness. Communication networks fall silent, transportation systems grind to a halt. Food spoils in unpowered refrigerators, hospitals struggle to function. This is the potential aftermath of an EMP attack. The threat is not theoretical. Rogue nations and terrorist organizations recognize the crippling potential of EMPs. They seek to exploit our reliance on technology. Our interconnected world, which was once a symbol of progress, becomes our greatest vulnerability. We must face this threat head on. Ignorance is not bliss. Preparedness is our only defense. We must understand the nature of this threat. It is important to know how to recognize its signs, and we must take steps to protect ourselves and our loved ones. The time to act is now, before the lights go out. Imagine this. You're at home going about your day. The lights flicker. You dismiss it as a minor power surge, but then the lights go out completely. Your phone, plugged in to charge, remains lifeless. The radio is silent. Outside, car alarms blare as vehicles stall on the streets. This is not an ordinary blackout. This could be the beginning of an EMP event. An EMP is characterized by its wide-ranging and immediate impact on electronics. Unlike a localized power outage, an EMP will affect a huge geographic area simultaneously. Radios and televisions will go dead, cell phones will become useless bricks, cars with electronic ignitions will refuse to start. The key to recognizing an EMP is to observe the scale and nature of the outage. Ask yourself these questions. Is the outage widespread? Are electronic devices affected, not just the power supply? Does communication seem impossible, even through battery-powered devices? If the answer to these questions is yes, then it is possible that it is an EMP. Recognizing the signs of an EMP is crucial. It allows you to act quickly and decisively. In the chaotic aftermath of an EMP event, time will be of the essence. Early recognition can mean the difference between survival and despair. The lights go out, panic sets in, people flood the streets, desperate for information. This is the worst possible scenario after an EMP. Fear is contagious. It spreads faster than any virus. In the wake of an EMP, maintaining a clear head is paramount. Your survival depends on it. The first 24 hours after an EMP will be crucial. Avoid the temptation to join the panicked masses. Stay put, assess the situation, and gather your thoughts. Remember, panic leads to poor decision-making. It can cloud your judgment and put you in harm's way. Instead of reacting impulsively, focus on what you can control. This is not the time to mourn the loss of your smartphone or the internet. This is the time to put your survival plan into action. If you haven't already, gather your family and review your emergency procedures. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding the nature of an EMP and its potential impact will help you stay calm. A well-informed mind is less susceptible to panic. Stay focused, stay calm, and you will increase your chances of weathering the storm. The grid is down. Chaos reigns in the streets. Your instincts might tell you to flee, to escape the uncertainty of your surroundings. But beware, reacting impulsively can be dangerous. Blindly rushing to the supermarket or fleeing to remote areas could expose you to greater risks. Your best course of action is to stay put, at least initially. Your home, however vulnerable it may seem without electricity, offers immediate shelter. It's a known quantity in a world suddenly turned unpredictable. Use this time to assess the situation, gather your family, and review your emergency plans. If your home is unsafe or located in a high-risk area, you will need to seek safer ground, but avoid the temptation to join the panicked exodus from urban centers. Highways will likely be clogged with stalled vehicles and desperate crowds. Instead, identify a predetermined safe location within a reasonable distance. This could be a relative's home in a less populated area, a designated community shelter, or even a well-stocked campsite. Choose a location that is accessible without relying on motorized transportation. Remember, a well-planned retreat is always preferable to a panicked escape. An EMP is not a time for improvisation. It's a time to execute a plan. And the cornerstone of that plan is family preparedness. Before disaster strikes, gather your family and have a serious conversation about the possibility of an EMP event. Discuss the potential consequences: power outages, communication blackouts, food shortages, and civil unrest. Make sure everyone understands the gravity of the situation. Explain the importance of staying calm, following instructions, and working together. Develop a comprehensive family emergency plan. This plan should include how you plan to communicate. Establish a designated meeting place in case family members are separated. Agree on a communication method that doesn't rely on cell phones or the internet. Consider walkie-talkies or ham radios. Evacuation. Identify a safe location outside of your immediate area in case evacuation becomes necessary. Plan multiple routes to avoid potential roadblocks or hazards. Supplies. Assemble a well-stocked emergency kit containing enough food, water, medicine, and essential supplies to last your family for at least 2 weeks. Remember, the more prepared you are, the less vulnerable you'll be. Family preparedness is not about instilling fear, but about fostering resilience. It's about facing the unknown with a plan and a united front. An EMP is an invisible enemy. It silently surges through wires and circuits, frying delicate electronics. But there are ways to shield your essential devices from this electronic onslaught. One effective method is using a Faraday cage. Don't let the name intimidate you. It's a simple concept with life-saving implications. A Faraday cage is simply a conductive enclosure that blocks electromagnetic fields. You can create a makeshift Faraday cage by lining a metal box with insulating material like cardboard or foam. Place your electronic devices inside, ensuring they don't touch the metal sides. Examples of potential Faraday cages include metal ammo boxes. These are readily available and provide excellent shielding. Metal trash cans, line them with cardboard to prevent contact with the sides. Microwave ovens, while not ideal, an unplugged microwave can offer some protection in an emergency. Protecting your electronics goes beyond shielding. Consider investing in non-electric alternatives for essential tasks. Hand crank weather radios. These will be your lifeline to the outside world. Solar powered chargers. Keep your essential devices powered up. Non-electric tools and appliances. Think hand crank can openers, oil lamps, and wood burning stoves. Finally, address fire safety. An EMP can disable electrical systems, including fire suppression systems, have fire extinguishers readily available, and ensure everyone in your family knows how to use them. Be especially cautious with open flames if using alternative cooking or heating methods. Water is life. In a post-EMP world, it will become even more precious. With water treatment plants potentially offline, securing a safe and reliable water supply is paramount. Don't wait for disaster to strike before you start thinking about water. Start by stockpiling water. Aim to store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for at least 2 weeks. Store water in clean, airtight containers. Rotate your water supply every 6 months to ensure freshness. But storing water is only part of the equation. You also need to know how to collect and purify water from alternative sources. Consider these options. Rainwater harvesting. Collect rainwater from rooftops and store it in clean containers. Collecting water from streams and rivers. Use a water filter or purification tablets to eliminate harmful bacteria and viruses. Groundwater, if you have a well, ensure you have a way to draw water manually in case of a power outage. Food is equally crucial. Stock up on non-perishable food. You can head over to our site at survivalcavefood.com and check out all of our delicious meals. We sell a full line of canned meats and chef-inspired freeze-dried pre-made meals. All of our meals are high in nutrition and don't contain nasty chemicals like a lot of the stuff you'll find in the grocery store. Don't forget about special dietary needs. If you or a family member rely on specific medications or have dietary restrictions, ensure you have an adequate supply on hand. Do me a favor and take a second to subscribe and like this video if you've received some value. Don't forget to put your comments below and let me know what you have done to prepare for an EMP. Remember, self-sufficiency is key to survival in a post-EMP world.